Restart. Right.
Which thing? Restart?
YouTube on Bluegrass.
YouTube. Okay.
All right, welcome back. As you got pit stops coming in, as Scott O'Hara taking a pit stop. There's Keith Hackney, your race leader. Alex Penn sitting right there. There's Radburn Shutters. Sitting in that third spot, Keith Hackney, currently your race leader with 10 laps to go.
All right, so it is good to go. Don't forget to give me back the screen, please.
No, call the race.
There
you go.
I was gonna say, I don't know how. All right, is my mic open?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Keith Hackney, Alex Penn, Radburn Shutters, James Silver, Sean Kostritza, still your top 5. Apologize for the technical difficulties. I believe we're getting it live back in all locations. I think Steve's getting it sent out to all the different Facebook pages once again. Like I said, we do apologize for the for starting. I believe it probably end up starting a new stream entirely on most of the platforms that we're hitting. So we do apologize for that. But thank you guys for returning and sticking with us here. 9 laps to the Americas with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. Keith Hackney, your current race leaders. Alex Penn in second. Take a look now as drivers rolling through the S's. There is Radburn Shutters in third, looking to chase back down the race lead. Still not started back on YouTube. It's scheduled, but something's still wrong. That sounds like something we might need Brett for. It says that it's going through from our end. That's what really makes this confusing.
Yeah, it's live on the YouTube on the Ultimate Dirt TV, so it should work.
Should. And according to Restream, it is sending the signal out.
Keith Hackney continues to lead. Alex Penn right there in that second spot. There is Radburn Shutters in the 3. James Silver is currently running fourth. Bo Abbott now in the top 5. Carter Hansen, Matt Campbell, and Chuck Gentle all out of the race. Keith Hackney continues to lead. Jim Alt, your points leader, currently running in 7th up 17 spots. Keith Hackney coming down pit road. Alex Penn, now your race leader in the 30 machine. Radburn Shutters has hit the pit road at the same time as Keith Hackney. And that's probably a good call for Radburn Shutters. So that way he's a striking distance when they go back out. See Keith Hackney getting a fresh set of tires there in all 4 sets. Alex Penn, your race leader. There is James Silvers. Keith Hackney now making his way back onto the racing surface in that third spot. Radburn Shutters still on pit road. Bo Abbott's gotten around him. So has Michael Robinson, Jim Alt. Tony Iverson down pit road. Blake Inslee right there. Radburn Shutters is still down pit road. Looks like a long stop for Radburn Shutters, BJ.
And not sure what's going on there unless he got some sort of penalty. He's been on pit road now for 40 plus seconds for the driver of that number 3 machine. Such a good race going for him. And once again, got bit by bad luck, now falling back and continuing to fall back. As you mentioned, it was looking like a good strategy to come down pit road when he did, but now he is mired back a half a lap behind the leaders. He's really going to have to step up his game and really get a move on, but I just don't think there'd be enough time for him to make up that kind of ground.
Yeah. And that's very odd. Talking about the Xfinity, it says it's waiting to go live. Jason, can you hit the live button on the Bluegrass Xfinity or Bluegrass YouTube page?
Well, he is actually sending me stuff to force the jump start through, so I'm setting that up right now.
All right, James Silver's in second now with Keith Hackney in third. Alex Penn continues to lead. 8 laps to go. There's Michael Robinson. There's Jim Alt. Jim Alt's now in that 6th spot. Sean Kostritza in 7th. Look at there, Robert Malikian and Blake Hensley. They were side by side momentarily. Gave it to Robert Malikian. Radbird Shutters came back onto the race's surface in that 15th spot there. Lost a lot of ground. They're going to hurt him here tonight. As Shutters has Jordan Slater right behind him. James Silver's now coming down, making his final pit stop of the night. So does Mo Abbott, Michael Robinson, all down there. Jim Alt now will pass him. Jim Alt now in that 3rd spot. Alex Penn should be making his final stop in any time now. There is Jim Alt. There is James Silvers in 4th. There's Sean Kostritza in 5th there to 46. Robert Malikian in 6th. And there's Adam Lancaster, 2-time winner, missing a nose clip on the front of that car. Currently running in 7th. Blake Hensley in 8th. There's Bobby Mays and Mo Abbott. Justin Ray down pit road. They're actually coming out of the pit road in that 22nd spot. 7 laps to go for Alex Penn. Take a look at the pit strategy. It's been 10 laps since he's made his pit stop. We know they can go 12 laps. That's the most we've seen any driver. As now Alex Penn comes down pit road. There is Keith Hackney in a 69 looking to take over the lead. You gotta wonder, is Alex Penn just taking some fuel? Fuel only. Keith Hackney comes around the final turn down the front straightaway. There's Alex Penn. Keith Hackney will take over the race lead at the start-finish line as Alex Penn now coming off of pit road. So Alex Penn still going to be within striking distance of Keith Hackney after making his pit stop. But there's Keith Hackney, your race leader. Once again, there's Jim Alt making his way down pit road. He's going to relinquish that 3rd spot to James Silvers. There is Sean Kostritza and Robert Malikian.
Well, trying to work behind the scenes to help Jason get it going, but it is not. YouTube is not wanting to cooperate.
Well, it says it's waiting. That much I can tell. It shows it's waiting. There's Keith Hackney. Alex Penn right there. 6 laps to go. A little under 12 minutes of racing left here. James Silver's in that third spot. There's Sean Kostritza currently running in fourth. Robert Malikian with the top 5 as we speak right now. Keith Hackney in the 69 machine. Doing a good job here at Dakotas. Hasn't had a season he's wanted so far in Xfinity Series. So he's definitely looking for a win tonight.
He's sitting in good position to do it with almost 3 seconds over second place of Alex Penn. He shouldn't have to pit again throughout the rest of the race. He's even on fresher tires than Alex Penn, and that lead is continuing to grow. James Silver's 27 seconds back from Keith Hackney, making 24 seconds back from Alex Penn. So first, second, third place drivers all spread very far out. About 7 seconds from Silvers to Kostritza as well. So everybody getting spread way out throughout this field within the top 5. And looking to see who might be the closest drivers on the track. Probably be 12th and 13 Kyle Mays and Michael Robinson. Radburn Shutters just picks up a couple spots very quickly. Problems for Michael Robinson as he's going to fall back a couple positions.
Definitely, that is for sure. 5 laps to go, a little over 10 minutes remaining. Keith Hackney with a sizable lead over Alex Penn. There is James Silvers, Sean Kostritza, Robert Malikian in striking distance. There's Adam Lancaster and Mo Abbott. Scott Fritz currently running in the top 10. Jim Alt in 11th spot right now in that one machine. Your points leader coming into tonight. Good job for most of these drivers having a good run.
And just 5 laps remaining now for Keith Hackney. See Alex Penn there coming out of the... Yep, I don't know turns here.
There is Keith Hackney. Passing the Cota. Turn there down the front straightaway. Four laps remaining for Keith Hackney. A little over 8 minutes to go. There's Alex Penn. There's James Silvers. James Silvers way back there. There's Sean Kostritza. And there is Robert Malikian and Adam Lancaster. You look at the pit strategy there. Kostritza, last pit stop was 4 laps ago. James Silvers 3 laps ago. Malikian 5 laps ago. So they're in the good, those two drivers, to get a top 5 finish. There is Keith Hackney way out in front in that 69 machine. Only thing going to stop him now, BJ, is if something arises on that car or he makes a terrible mistake.
And anything is a possibility when there are this many turns, this many uphills, downhills, all throughout the track. Right now, he's got a 6-second lead over Alex Penn. James Silvers, that last time across the stripe, was actually the fastest car on track with a 2-minute 19.17 second a lap. So he was the quickest car on the track, but not fast enough to make up the time to catch up to Keith Hackney. Venture to say probably not enough to catch up to Alex Penn either. So these drivers, without a mistake from one or the other, not going to do much in the way of changing in their positions from here to the end of the race. All these drivers all set to go from here to the finish.
Definitely. Sean Kostritz up 22 spots. Robert Malikian up 22. Bobby Mays in that 2 machine up 20 spots. Is giving up Scott Fritz up 14 spots in that 9th position. Ratbird Shutters has rallied back to that 10th position after taking a very long pit stop. Jim Alt, your points leader, currently running in 11th in that number 1 machine. With 3 laps to go, there's Tony Iverson. In 12th, there's Kyle Mays and Michael Robinson. Jordan Slater currently running in the top 15 in that 92 machine. The Aerokinetics. Oh, the 31 overshoots that turn. That's Blake Hensley. He's back on the racing surface pretty quick. Keith Hackney doing a good job there. Alex Penn still running that 2nd spot. James Silvers in 3rd. There's Sean Kostritza. In the 46, currently running 4th, there's Robert Malikian. Adam Lancaster doing a good job missing the nose piece of that car. There is Keith Hackney. As we watch front of blimp, Keith Hackney, watch him make his turn there, nice and easy. There you see Alex Penn. He's right there. He's the 2nd black and green car. That's Alex Penn, closed up on the 25 of Greg Carr. All right, Hackney passing the Stars and Stripes little straightaway there, going into the Whataburger turn. Into the final turn down the front straightaway, coming to 2 laps to go. Keith Hackney in the 69K. There's Alex Penn. Now he's gotten around the 25 of Greg Carr for the 2nd spot. There is your 3rd place runner of James Silvers. There's Sean Kostritza running in 4th. And let me tell you, he's pulled away from Adam Lancaster and Robert Malikian. And actually, Lancaster has gotten around Malikian, so Malikian's lost a spot there, now in that 6th position.
He's got to try to pick something up, trying to get moving back forward if he wants that top 5 spot, but he's actually going to fall back even further. And Malikian now just a few seconds ahead of Scott Fritz. Mo Abbott sitting in 6th. Keith Hackney within striking distance of another car to put a lap down, it looked like.
Radbird Shutters right there at 9th. Right in front of him is the 1 of Scott Fritz. Jim Alt now in the top 10. There's the 72 of Tony Iverson. Bobby Mays up 16 spots, doing a good job. Running in the 12th position, there's Michael Robinson. And there's Kyle Mays. Blake Hensley is coming down pit road to make his final stop of the night. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney puts the 13 a lap down. That's Brian Terry going a lap down. Brian Terry currently running in that 25th position. There is the 30 of Alex Penn, looking to have a top podium finish here tonight. James Silver's right there looking for a podium finish. And there's Sean Kostritza looking for a top 5. And Mo Abbott in that 5th position. Scott Fritz and the 3 are battling. That's Radbird Shutters. Fritz will clear him. As Radbird Shutters is looking to size up Scott Fritz, see where he can make a move. White flag is out for Keith Hackney one more time here at Cota for the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. After this race, we'll have post-race interviews, and then me and BJ going to have to do some homework.
Yeah, well, gonna have to learn the names and numbers and everything of this track. And some homework as to why YouTube is arguing with us as well. But Keith Hackney, nearly 10-second lead, just a few more turns to go for driver the number 69 to pick up his first win and finally get that monkey off his back he's had in the Xfinity Series. On the back through the field, there's Kostritza in 4th position. Mo Abbott in 5th. 6th, Adam Lancaster. Lancaster, no front end on that car, looking to come home, try to fight for a top 5 position as they head through the chicane.
Yep, he's been missing that nose piece quite a while here tonight, so doing a good job on that. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney has now gotten around to 77 of Tyler Evans. Evans running in that 24th position, a lap down. Keith Hackney, he can take it easy. I mean, he's way out in front. Over 9 seconds over second place of Alex Penn. And over 31 seconds between third place. So.
Drivers spaced out everywhere. Just one more turn now for Keith Hackney as he heads through the final left-hander, the Toyota left-hand turn. Down the front straightaway, Keith Hackney will win the Bluegrass 30 here from Circuit of the Americas.
There's Alex Penn now coming down the front straightaway. He's going to pick up that 2nd spot. James Silver's right there in the 33 machine. Right ahead of him is the 25 of Greg Carr. Carr lets him by. Silver's coming down to the final turn. Down the first straightaway. James Silver's pick up that 3rd spot here tonight as he crosses the start-finish line. There is Sean Kostritza now going into the final turn in that 4th position. Coming down the front straightaway. And now going into the final turn, that's going to be Mo Abbott. There's Adam Lancaster and Robert Malikian. Those 3 drivers out of the final turn down the front straightaway. That's for 5th, 6th, and 7th. And there's Radbird Shutters coming out of the final turn along with Scott Fritz. That's for 8th and 9th on the board. And there is the one of Jim Alt and Tony Iverson. Bobby Mays coming out of the final turn in that 12th spot there. And there's the 18 of Michael Robinson and Kyle Mays in the 55. That is for 13th and 14th on the board. Scott Hara now making his final turn coming down the front straightaway for that 15th spot. Here's Blake Hensley passing the Whataburger turn, along with the 92 Jordan Slater. Going into the final turn, down the front straightaway, those 2 drivers. That's for 20th and 21st on the board. Here's Justin Ray looking to make his final turn. There is Dylan Merriam looking to make his final turn. Meanwhile, Scott Ray will pick up the checker flag in that 22nd spot. And here comes Dylan Merriam in 23rd. How about that, BJ? And take a look at your race results. Keith Hackney picks up the win. Alex Penn, James Silvers in third. Shock Pastrica, Bo Abbott picking up a top five. Then you got Adam Lancaster, Robert Malikian, Radbird Shutter, Scott Fritz, and Jim Alt in the top 10. Tony Iverson in 11th with Bobby Mays, Michael Robinson, Kyle Mays, Scott Hara, Bryce Hunter, Al Duranco, and Jeremiah Hobbs rounds out your top 18.
Coming home in 19th, it's going to be Jason Harrison, Blake Hensley, Jordan Slater, Justin Ray, Dylan Merriam, Tyler Evans, Brian Taylor, Greg Carr, Alex Carr, Carter Henson, Matt Campbell, Chuck Gentle, Jason Bridges, Robbie Richards, Nathan Mascroft, Ryan Chapman, and Justin Winters rounding out your 35-car field. And really quickly before we start interviews, I do want to apologize. I worked very, very hard in the background trying to figure out just why we weren't able to get the Bluegrass YouTube feed back up and running. A couple different things we got to try to figure out, but interviews coming at you in just a moment.
All right, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. And BJ Duvall's caught up with your race winner.
That's right. I've caught up with the driver of the 69, Keith Hackney. Man, what a race you had to finally get that monkey off your back and get a good finish here in the Xfinity season.
Man, I tell you, like we was talking about earlier, that strategy worked out to perfection. I thought on the restart after the stage, I seen somebody shoot underneath me, and I thought we was going for a ride. But I when I seen him, I sort of just checked up a little bit harder, and he shot on by, and from there it was just pretty much smooth sailing, man. I just trying to hit my marks. There was a few times I kind of missed them, but I had a 3 or 4 second gap over Alex pretty much that whole run before my last pit stop, and I knew they was taking fuel only, and I knew I was taking tires, so I needed a couple second cushion before that last call or last pit stop, and it worked out to perfection. He was pulling out the pits as I was passing him, going into one, and with me having fresh tires or only 2 laps on my tires or whatever, he was pretty much sitting stuck. So I'm so happy to finally get a win. Like I've showed speed in about every race we've had. I've had just instances where I've had to start in the rear 9 times out of 10, whether it was the penalty or late payment or whatever it was, or just flat out last week I stepped on it in qualifying, my first week back to qualifying, and I still started in the back. So I'm just glad to get this off the checklist here, and that way I can just sort of relax and just have fun again. And the whole last lap, I was thinking about Alex Healy. I know this is his track, and I give him hell for this because I hate this place. But I've grown to, I mean, in order to win these league races, you got to learn them. So that's what I'm doing. And if Alex was here, I'd probably do the same thing with him right behind me. So, yeah, we'll take it and we'll move on to the next one.
Well, he definitely had a fantastic run. 10-second gap to second place at the finish of the race. Go ahead and take your sponsor shots. Everybody help make that possible.
Man, I feel like I got 3 teams to thank here. I got NLR first and foremost. dirt team. Huge shout out to them guys last night for going 1-2. So I'm so proud of them guys. Both of them locked in now. Got to thank Cornerstone Motorsports, Weaponized, W Energy, Function Junction, Mountain View Detailing, Aerial Professionals, NH Lens, Custom Cabinets by Keith, Elite Performance. All the guys that put in work on both teams that I'm on, basically. All the guys and gals that tune in to watch, and y'all for doing a hell of a broadcast. Jason for putting this on, and I gotta give a shout out to my old lady. She's in there, probably waiting on me to get off the computer, so I gotta get to it.
Alrighty, well that is Keith Hackney, your race winner, Steve.
All right, Alex Penn coming home in that second spot tonight. A good run for you, sir.
Thank you. Pretty happy about it.
Definitely. I mean, on that restart, you mired back a couple rows, and you managed to take your time and get up there with a podium finish. Go ahead and take us through tonight and how it all went for you.
It was a lot of patience with this track, honestly. I was just trying to save everything that I could. Didn't really make the right call there at the end with Keith taking tires, and I didn't. But once I saw him come out in front of me after I made my last pit stop, I just dialed it back a little and just made sure I finished cleanly.
Definitely. I mean, this was, this track, or, do you consider road courses your strength?
Oh, absolutely. I've basically raced in real life a bunch, and it's all been on road courses. So this is by far my strong suit.
Definitely. So, I mean, you're setting yourself up, momentum going into next week, trying to get into the playoffs. And, looking at it, let's see here. Coming into tonight, let's see if I can catch it real quick. Let's see here. You're sitting 27th in points. So this should be a good points night for you.
Absolutely. I've been struggling a little bit with the ovals this season, and hopefully these next road courses will help me catch up whatever I lose during that time.
As we head, let's see here. We head to next week to Gateway. So we go from road course to Gateway. You're going to have to do a lot of practice and try to...
Yeah, absolutely. It'll definitely be testing my oval abilities.
Well, go ahead and thank those sponsors making it all possible for you.
Definitely going to thank Cornerstone for bringing me on board this season. Skip Barber Racing School for teaching me how to drive these road courses. 2B Energy, Function Junction, Mountain View Detailing, who was on the car tonight, Aerial Professionals of WNC, and Sorrel's Marathon Garage.
All right, that's Alex Penn coming home in second. Well, BJ's caught up with third place finisher James Silvers.
That's right, another driver that no stranger to being in the booth, but this season seems to not be going your way just yet, but finally made it up to the podium.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, had a great race there. Tried to not make too many mistakes, man, but everybody was running good, especially for Cornerstone. At the beginning of the stage, or at the end of the stage, what I meant to say, we was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I was like, well, if we can just keep this up, we'll be in great shape. But right there at the end, I hated that for Radburn, but I mean, he still came back and got into 8th. So happy day for Cornerstone.
That it absolutely is. Tell us a little bit about your race itself, 30 laps.
Yeah, well, my race, and I was just trying to take it easy on the first run and kept the tires under me and kind of messed up a little bit through the first run, but I kind of straightened it up on the second run. I wish I would have took tires during the stage because apparently that really works towards the end of the race right there because you've seen how Keith did. He did pretty good, but other than that, though, kept the car under me, and except for one time I spun out, but other than that, I'm proud to get it around and bring home a top 3.
And definitely worked down for you. Go ahead and thank your sponsors. Shout outs to everybody else make it possible for you.
Well, I'd like to shout out y'all for putting on the broadcast. So, got to shout out my girlfriend Shelby. I love you, baby. And shout out my parents. I love them. And shout out all the sponsors that help everything go on at Cornerstone and Weaponized. W Energy, if you use the code Cornerstone, you get 10% off on the website. Function Junction Smoke Shop, Mountain View Detailing, Aerial Professionals WNC, Sorrells Marathon Garage, Team Goon Squad, Brent Keith at BK Paints, Rocky Boyd and Will Weber for making us some paints, and just everybody at Cornerstone and Weaponized Motorsports, man. We've put together a hell of a team, to be honest, and hopefully we can just keep rolling in these wins and rolling in these points and bring her home.
All right, and that is James Silvers rounding out your top 3. Steve?
All right, this is going to conclude our broadcast night with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. Tomorrow night, we'll be back live with the Cup Series here at Cota. You don't want to miss it at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. I'm Steve McMillan with BJ Duvall. We're going to say good night and God bless.